photography. I have been doing film photography for less than a month, but for some reason, I feel qualified to give you advice on how to get it developed. I've gotten so many questions over on Instagram and the Build and Bloom Facebook group about how I get the images from my film camera to my Instagram feed. Before we hop into the video, I really want to encourage you guys to join my free photography Facebook group, Build and Bloom. We just broke 50,000 members, which is incredible. We're not only online, but we're now in person. We've been doing free photography workshops around the nation called Rally. We just wrapped in New York City. We've done LA, Seattle, Houston, and Dallas, Texas. We will also be in London and Paris in August, and more information on that is down below. Build and Bloom is an amazing resource, especially if you're just diving into film photography. That's where I asked so many of you guys questions on film, was over on Build and Bloom. So be sure to join down below, and let's get started with the video. One of the main reasons that I put off learning film photography for so long was because the developing process was confusing and honestly kind of scary. I felt like it was going to be so expensive and that I had to have a dark room. You can obviously develop your own film, but you can also take it in to get developed. Do not go to Walgreens, do not go to CVS or Dwayne Reed or Bartell's or Costco or anything. Go to a lab. The cost is about the same from my experience. So what I do is I bring the film to the lab, I drop it off, and this is what I ask for to get these digital files. This applies to disposable cameras as well, anything where you're taking in film. I ask for scans only, no color correction, and it to be WeTransferred to me. That's all. It's so easy, you guys. Now, some places will have WeTransfer fees, so essentially I'm asking for them to scan the film onto a computer and to email me those files. I don't ask for prints. If I do need prints, I can always take the negatives back. For me, since a lot of my stuff is online, I just want those digital files. And it's important not to ask for color correction. Some labs will do color correction and it makes the images look really whack. So you do not want them touched. WeTransfer is a free email service. I use it with my clients to deliver my images, and a lot of labs use WeTransfer as well. Some labs do have a WeTransfer fee. The one that I take my photos to does have a $5 WeTransfer fee, which is ridiculous. The image sizes, mine are like 3 megabytes usually, and that's fine for me. Typically the next day I will get the files emailed to me and I'm able to import them to Lightroom. For me with film, I don't edit it other than couple instances. I have been shooting on Portra 400. I might bring the orange down, the contrast down, the saturation maybe. Sometimes I might bring the highlights down a little bit. I'll just make minor adjustments, but I'm not touching the overall color of the photo. I'll rotate it, crop it, align it. I'm really big on alignment. And sometimes if the photo didn't turn out, but I can save it by converting it to black and white, I will do that as well. And then you can just export it like normal, airdrop it to yourself. If you have a Mac, you can Google Drive it to yourself if you have a PC. And that is that. It's so easy, guys. So if you were like me and you were nervous to do film photography because it just seems so intimidating, the biggest part was the developing process that was confusing. And with the camera, you guys, I know this is kind of a little bit off track, but all you really need to know is the shutter speed and then the aperture. For me, my camera has a light meter already that's automatic. So I get a suggestion for what to have my shutter speed set at. The ISO part, which is the third element usually, is already preset because the film, Portra 400, 400 means that's the ISO. So all you have to worry about is aperture, shutter speed. If you have a camera that already has the electronic suggestion for what to set your shutter speed at, then it is so easy and it is so much fun. I do have a behind the scenes video where I take you guys along on my first film photo shoot. It's my first full set of film images for one model. I'm so excited about it. I'll have it linked down below. That is what I asked for, and I hope that encourages you guys and clears up any questions. If you have any other questions or maybe some helpful tips or tutorials, be sure to drop a comment. Subscribe for more photography videos, tips, and tricks. And if you are a photographer, you can join my free photography Facebook group, Build and Bloom. It will be linked down below. I'll see you guys in my next video.